Is it gonna work? Is my OBS gonna stay live? Who knows? It looks like it is. It looks like we're live, baby. Let's go. Let's go. My OBS has not liked me lately. Been a bit strange. It likes me to connect first and stream after. It hasn't enjoyed being told to do both. Doesn't like it. Hola, chat. Hola. What it do? How we doing? Let's get some music going. Do. Where's my music? Where are you? I've been watching so many tutorial videos lately. All my music's like buried. There it is. Oh my gosh. I've been learning. Landoran. Funami, we are in fact building a deck to start the stream today. And then we're going into the decks that I've already built. Should be fun. Everybody. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, do I want to hear from you. How are you guys doing today? How are y'all? Oil Sea. Hello, good sir. Ooh, Wacky Pizza Man, Landran, Retro, Blanimal. Getting hot in here quick. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Nathan Drake's good, isn't he? Good commander. A lot of the new commanders, really outside of the Spider-Man set, kind of slap. They're pretty good. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, thank you. I didn't do anything to my stash today. I just realized. I haven't, like, fixed it. This is just how I woke up. Yeah, Kratos, pretty good. Pretty dang good. What's up, Samson? Played the old Omnath Kamigawa deck last night. Pulled 10 lands in a row. Sheesh. How is Christmas prep coming along? Well, I've gotten my mother, my sister, and my father all their gifts. And my brother-in-law. And then I'm almost done shopping for my wife. She might be watching. I don't want to say what I got her. And then we are planning to take some time off from the 25th to the 28th, which is going to be great. Oh my goodness. The house is nice and Christmassy. We got the Christmas tree up. Got the tinsel up. What's up, Sir Trekkie? I gotta leave for soon, so wondering who's on the list today. Today is our Wizards plus one custom deck for Trith. So if you're in the Wizard tier, that is Sir Trekkie, Otter Pirate, and Soul, you're today. I just realized if I bang on my desk, my volume changes a little bit. My volume knob's like that level of sensitive. Jeez. Gosh. You're a wizard, Gato. So yeah, we're going to be going over anyone who is the wizard tier. And then we're also going to be starting the stream with a custom deck. So that'll be for everybody. Let me get my Mox field ready. We'll get started. Oh, you're right. Hold on. Is this the right way? I think it is. Hold on, everybody. There we go. Oh, wait, I did it backwards. Oops. This is supposed to be first. Oh, well. There we go. It's Wizard Day. Oh, man, this thing's kind of pokey today. Oh. Y'all can't even see my eyes. Hello, chat. Are you a wizard, chat? I definitely have wizard, like, I got a wizard nose. I got a big schnoz. You know? I cut this so I could have, like, hello. It's me, the Wizard of the Coast. I've been looking at the Bruce Banner Incredible Hulk. Only evil ideas. Yeah, the Bruce Banner is really good, isn't it? Ooh, very nice, Justin. It's sound to death. Yeah, I have put a pause on all card purchasing as well for the holiday season. Came back to the beard. Why? It seems today we're going to be building a deck live. Yeah, I own Caltrips already too. I got lucky. There is a ridiculous amount of good cards from that new set. I am really shocked. That's the thing, is everyone's talking about the Hulk. That's not even close to the best card in there. Oh my gosh. That's the thing, is the Caltrip price jumped because of speculators, not because people actually want Caltrips that bad. Very happy. Oh, you may have. Hit me up on Discord if you feel like you may have missed your September one. DM me there. KV, same, bud. Today has sucked. I am with you. Let's have a better day together. I've never built one of the Street Fighter secret lairs. No one's asked, so I don't know yet, Wacky Pizza Man. But Chun-Li looks fun. I would say Chun-Li. Yeah, you can make a Rat Kindred deck. For sure. In bracket 3. Oh gosh, that messed up my mustache so much putting that on. Yeah, no, rats don't have to be bracket 4. No, not at all. You can definitely make it bracket 3. The only issue is you just can't run Rat Colony with whatchamacallit, the monolith thing that makes everything have that weird thing where they go infinite really fast. Just don't add that, basically. Oh, very cool, Ethan. Yeah, definitely share it in the Discord. Tiger Lady. Is that Phoenix Rising, right? Tiger Lady is Phoenix Rising. For some reason, all of your names are different. I don't know why YouTube has done that. Yes, thank you. You are... How do I not see your name on my list? Trying to find your name. I'll let you know after, Phoenix. You're not on today. Today's all the wizards. I'll update the calendar today for sure. Yes. So we're gonna put out a little message. What's up, Alex? Oh, Wacky Pizza Man, I'm going to be updating it, and we should, by this weekend, have a calendar available on the website that's, like, super easy to read, and you should have notifications on your profile to tell you when you're getting your decks, too. That is also being worked on. I use KMC Perfects within Dragon Shields, Sir Trekkie. That's what I use. But I'm going to be putting a message in the Discord letting everybody know about, hey, have I told you we need to fix one of your decks? If so, fill out this form, and now you'll be in the queue for having fixed decks, and that'll include that Toto deck we talked about. Yeah, it's the underscore name glitch being fixed, yeah. That one's also being fixed. All right, everybody. Let's get started here in a few minutes. Oh, Justin. Funny you should ask. Justin, your address is currently the bane of my existence. Let me explain. All right, Justin, I'm hiding your address. Don't worry. This is your receipt right here. See this? It says Justin right there. You probably can't see it on stream quality. My printer last night only printed your address. I was finally sending everything last night. All of my shipping labels ended up being your address, and I have no idea why. So I would like to send them out today if my printer prints the right packaging slips. I have them right here on my desk, ready to send out. So yeah, let me get that shipping issue solved, and I'm happy to send them immediately. So at the end of the week, at the bare minimum, like absolute bare minimum by the end of the week, do not worry. Sorry about that. I don't know what it is. I don't know why my printer won't print properly. So I'm going to do bug fixing tonight. Figure out what it is. Yours is the first one on the list, and for some reason it just repeats the first one on the list, and my printer refuses to go into the queue. So I bought a new printer. I'm literally going to set up a new printer tonight and use it, because I called support and they're like, it's probably the printer, not the program. And I'm like, okay, like, so here we are. Wild times we live in. Okay, everybody. Today, we are going to be doing a live deck tech to get us started off. Let's do this. Let me pull up our submission. And we'll get into the action. I think I bit my cheek today. Feels weird. There we go. Okay. So, I was asked from Triff, I'm not very sure what I want for my commander. I've thought about Toph, the first metal bender. However, I've been thinking about a Niv Mizzet Pentacolor Ravnica themed deck, but I'm not sure either. I just want a powerful but fun deck, and if it can be themed, that's even better. On all of my decks, the punching has been a thing. Jetmir, Ayula, Landfall Omnath, Miram, except for a Niv Mizzet Parun deck, which is more pew-pew kind of stuff. I want a deck that makes me burn my head and do some crazy combos at the same time. Like, I want to feel like I'm L from Death Note and make an evil monologue with a grin on my face before blowing everything up. And then, on all my decks, it was like Pim Pum. I want to feel like I earned it and have fun with it. And it was not the deck playing itself, if you know what I mean. So, you struck a chord within me. Especially with this last statement. Anything that could make people think, that's actually bracket 4. That's what we're going for. So that's what we're trying to avoid completely there. In theory here, we're going for, I want to feel like I'm L and make an evil dialogue monologue with a grin on my face before blowing up everything. That's the plan. So, how does one accomplish feeling like L from Death Note? Let's study our subject. Alright. If you guys are familiar, this is L from Death Note. L is the main antagonist, or, in a lot of ways, the main hero. The main tragic hero of Death Note. L is many people's favorite character from the show. And, the idea is that he relies on this intense analytical and social understanding and instinct of what another person must be. Like, he knows the truth, but he also wants to make sure he can prove it. Like, it is inevitable. Like, nothing can stop it, right? Funny enough, I actually drew L last night. I was trying to draw anime, and then I drew the scene where Misami, no, not Misami, oh my god, Naomi dies, and he gets the call about her fiance, who was the FBI agent. I was doing that drawing last night. So, let's talk about a deck that can make others do his bidding for him, be the mastermind, really calculate how something is going to play out, and take all these thematics and put it into a deck. So, the place to start with this is not the commander at all, because we need to know what mechanic feels like L first before we even think about the commander that's supposed to be supporting that mechanic, right? Right? So, let's go to Scryfall here. Get the advanced search options up and get our Mox field ready. That's how I prep. December 10th. This is for Triff. And right now, the commander is who knows what. Wacky Pizza Man, yes. Investigation and clues, right? So, we know we love clues, right? Now, once you find a mechanic that you feel like fits your creature, and you've selected that mechanic, and again, it doesn't need to be an evergreen mechanic. It doesn't need to be connive. It doesn't need to be clue, anything like that. It can just be when something happens, or a triggered ability, something that you feel like you like to happen, right? There we go, Blaneable. Manifest Dread. Love it. Okay, we got Manifest Dread. Any other mechanics we feel like make sense? Yep, Connive. Right? Oh, that's nice. They evergreened Connive on the new Baron because it's technically what he does. Very good. And then we're going to start a little document here. For L. So, requirements. I would say one of the requirements in this deck thematically is a God of Death. We need Shinigami. It needs to be Investigation because it's L. And we need a combo that is interesting to pull off. No 2-card I wins, right? So what I like to do here, when we look into, clue tokens, right? Yes. Something, yeah, evasion. Yep. So, some fun. Ico Nick, yes, there are lots of decks today. Right now, we're building one live together before we get into the decks we have to show today. So for fun, we could add the Death Note. We could also, in theory, add an apple. I'm thinking the Apple of Eden right now from... from the Apple of Eden from the Assassin's Creed set would be really dope. Let me put away these snacks. I've had enough. That way I don't also keep going mute for a second because I'm chewing. Okay. Now, let's look at clues for a second. Which one of these cards feels like L when you read a clue? Investigate the target creature. Or investigate. Then target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn you control. It's kind of evasion-y. It gets some investigation out. It's cool. Oh, we have a Hear Me Out. Let's do that real quick. It is for Inquisitor Eisenhorn. Oh. First strike, vigilance, protection from vampires, werewolves, and zombies. I like that. It's kind of in that evasion route. Very cool. Very cool. Is that okay, Triff? Are you still down with the sickness here? We enjoying it? Oh, Elite Inquisitor, my bad. My bad. Inquisitor Eisenhorn, blue-black, legendary creature, human Inquisitor. You may reveal the first card you draw each turn as you draw it. Whenever you reveal an instant or sorcery card this way, create a 4/4 black demon token with flying. Whenever Inquisitor Eisenhorn deals combat damage to a player, investigate that many times. That's pretty good. Oh, Oops. Chat, that's pretty damn good. That's pretty good. My only thought is that he does deal combat damage to investigate. But the demon being the Shinigami is pretty hype. That's a really good one. I do like this thought, but I do want to keep down my original train just to explain how I arrive at a commander, even though we still might go with that one because that is a fantastic suggestion. So the idea is, let's look at clues for a moment, and which one of these clue cards feels like L, right? Daring Sleuth, whenever you sacrifice a clue, transform it, and then now it does combat damage. Not really an L thing, right? You know, but let's see here. Let's try out Into the Deep. Split second, enchant creature, planeswalker, or clue. Enchant a permanent is a colorless clue token. Sacrifices clue, draw a card. That's a very L thing to do. So Into the Deep is a blue card. We'll make note of that. There's some good blue cards with, you know, clue tokens that make sense for this character. Knowledge Seeker. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. When this creature dies, create a clue token. Very L. So like blue, definitely going to be in L's colors. Works out really well for us. Lazav, Weaver of Faces. Whenever Lazav, Weaver of Faces attacks, exile a card from your graveyard, then investigate. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, you may have Lazav become a copy of a creature card. Copying, maybe not in his nature, still really cool. The blue part makes a lot of sense. Let's see here. White. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, investigate. Very, very L. So like blue and white makes a lot of sense. Yeah, take a chip and eat it. That'd be pretty sick. That'd be hilarious. And L does love his food. Oh my gosh, he loves snacking. Our boy loves snacking. And then we've got Persuasive Interrogators. Whenever Persuasive Interrogators enters the battlefield, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, target opponent gets 2 poison counters. Holy cow. Now that is a cool win con. And would be definitely a very L way of handling something. Very cool. We have Teysa, Opulent Oligarch. At the beginning of your end step, investigate for each opponent who lost life this turn. Whenever a clue token you control is put into the graveyard, create a 1/1 white and black spirit token with flying. Very cool. Just to explain what I meant with L was that I want to feel like I earned my victory through mind games and clever plays. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, cool chair cards. That'd be good too. So, Tomio's Journal makes most sense to me as being like the Death Note in this situation. So now we're starting to get some cards that we like, that make sense to the deck. So what we do, we go open the Moxfield back up. And we start dragging over cards we feel like are making sense, like as we're doing this. We definitely liked Tomio's Journal as the Death Note. I definitely enjoy Persuasive Interrogators for the clues. Definitely enjoyed Knowledge Seeker, Into the Deep. And it seems as though all of the red and green cards mostly make you swing in order to investigate and deal damage, which does not make sense with this commander, nor with what we got within the deck submission from Triff. So we're going to bring it down to just Esper colors now. Tempting Witch is a very good idea. I like that a lot. Air Norman Legacy or Air Nomad Legacy gives us evasion. Pretty good. And it gives us clues. What was the white card we liked? Oh yes, and the Merchant of Truth. Thank you. Let's see here. Whenever you attack, investigate, not as much, right? We're not trying to attack. Transmute font. This can go get the death note for us. Very cool. It searches for an artifact. Love it. And oh yeah, fleeting memories. Very good. Helps with investigation. This is just enter an investigation. Very good. We can investigate on a land. Very good. A vehicle that investigates for us. Wateri can pick up L in his car. Investigate. Very good. Now, if we go over to our Manifest Dread, we are also now going to go down to Esper Colors. And one of the win cons we've already picked up is Persuasive Interrogators. So as we investigate, we can give people 2 poison counters. That's already pretty cool. And so being able to investigate often makes a lot of sense here. And would allow us to do a lot of like cool clue tricks. Big fan of Loyal Inventor. Nice, nice. Let's check out Loyal Inventor. When Loyal Inventor enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact, reveal it, and then shuffle. Put that card into your hand if you control Assassin. Otherwise, put it on top of your library. Not bad. I don't think we're really searching for artifacts that heavy yet that we need something that's like off pace of other artifact search cards, but it is cool. It does remind me of Wateri fetching his phone. So, Apparent Oculus says at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Manifest Dread. That is insanely strong and is a lot of what L does and is really good for us to keep up, you know, effectively our card pacing. It's very, very good. Oh, is our Scryfall not working with our Mox Field? Let me give it a quick reload. Oh yeah, Moxfield's slow. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Moxfield is taking longer than expected. Please, Moxfield. We want to make Magic the Gathering decks. Please work. Thank you, Moxfield. There you go. First Windbreaker, very hype. Love that. Ooh, the Killer's Mask. Twist Reality. Counter or and Manifest Dread. Very nice. Aliquist Proft. Oh, I love it. Let's check it out. Oops. Vigilance. Whenever Alquist Proft, a Master Sleuth, enters the battlefield, investigate. And then X, white, blue, blue, sacrifice a clue, you draw X cards and gain X life. Now that is closer to what we're looking for right there. And L is truth and justice, right? That white and blue, it would make sense. So let's do it. Let's go down to just white and blue and make Alquist our commander for now. Let's see if we can make that work. This does remove the demon aspect of things, but that was just for flavoring in the end of the day. So let's make the deck functional. Although Academy Manufacturer isn't completely on flavor, very functional here. It helps out a ton. Oh, come on. It looks like we're having a lot of glitchiness today with Moxfield. Do I have to add it manually? I do. Yeah, L didn't seem, yeah. Ethan, what is it? I have a question. Is there a reason you use Moxfield over Architect? I've always found Architect to be more visually pleasing. Yes, I like Moxfield's playtesting. I like the way they do primers. And then also, I think the big issue I have with other sites for the most part is that they don't continuously update as fast for when there are new cards, as well as like when we got the bracket system. I just feel like the Moxfield guys really care and are really on top of things and like talk to the community very well. We're going to give Delny as a part of this deck. And then we're going to get Displacer Kitten to re-ETB and make more clues. And then eventually Teferi Time Raveler. And then we want something that does damage when you sacrifice an artifact. That's what we're looking for. That's within white and blue. So, artifact, graveyard, opponent, I guess is what we can search. All right, sacrifice artifact. All right, maybe I'm spelling something wrong. Artifact. What do we got here? Aetherflux would work. I agree with that, Alex. I think Esper works better here too. I think Alquist here goes just into the deck. Totally agree. Thousand-Year Diary from Doctor Who. I'm thinking who we want here, personally, and from what I can understand, is an Esper commander that does make clues. I only know of one, but we're going to Scryfall it, just to see if there's one I don't know. Oh. I guess we have to put investigate. There are two. Okay. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 and have vigilance. Tap target creature and opponent controls. Investigate. Tapping other people's creatures and then getting to investigate's pretty hot. You gotta admit, that's pretty good. I think Inquisitor Grey Fox makes a lot of sense. There we go. So. Oh, Greyfax. I was like, why can't... Am I spelling this wrong? What's going on? We definitely want Ghostly Prison. Because L does not get swung at. We definitely want Propaganda. Because they literally spread propaganda in the show. And then... we're going to add in a Soul Ring. A Mana Vault. Grim. What's the Monolith? And What else makes more than it costs to cast? That's an artifact, other than these. Soul Ring does, Mana Vault does, Grim Monolith does. What makes more than it costs to cast, but doesn't sack itself? Are these the only other mana positive rocks that don't have to sacrifice themselves or exile something? Because Mox Diamond requires a land. Chrome Mox requires a card being put under it. Mox Opal. There you go. And then Mox Amber. There we go. And we're going to make lots of artifacts. We're investigating a ton. So Mox Opal makes perfect sense. Bounty Board. Heck yeah. Absolutely. Very good. Very on flavor. And then let's add our lands and then take out the non-Esper, the red and black. What was that? Scalding Tarn? Now, red and black is Bloodstained Mire, right? Is that Bloodstained Mire? Yeah, red and black. And then we're going to take out... We don't need... I like Emergent Zone in this deck, actually. That's pretty hype. Don't need the Ancient Tomb. Because we are in bracket 3. We don't need the Gemstone, really, because we got good lands. And then the duels are a bit excessive for bracket 3. That puts us at 40 lands, which is still a little high. Let's take out the filter lands. I don't think we need those. Get us down to a good 37. And then, like, anything else I don't like in the land section? I think we're good. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, counter spells is where I was going next. So, one of the best ones is Wash Away. I love this one if you guys haven't heard it. So, Wash Away, whoops, says counter target spell that wasn't cast from its owner's hand. That means for 1 blue, it counters any commander that was cast from the command zone. Let's go. What's up, sup? What's up, Headmaid? Next, obviously, we're just going to grab counterspell. I'm thinking this deck wants a mana drain in it due to the fact that we want a lot of colorless mana to crack those clues, which is really important. Fierce Guardianship makes sense as our last game changer for the list. Definitely, this list is 1 billion% going to be running the black free commander spell that I'm somehow forgetting. I could literally draw what the card looks like in my head. I don't know why I'm blanking on it right now. We're cooking up a deck that's meant to make you feel like a smart investigator like L from Death Note with a combo that is interesting to pull off. And I think I've got it. And I've got the combo already too. I just haven't explained it yet. And we're working on investigation. So we're definitely want Anointed Procession. Procession. Oh my gosh. I really wish I knew how to spell, guys. I hate being dyslexic. Is it Anointed Procession? Yeah, okay. There we go. Deadly Rollick. Yes. Frantic Search. Absolutely. And then we're going to do Cyber Drive Awakener as one of our win conditions. The Cyber Drive Awakener is going to turn all of our clues into flying 4/4 artifact creatures. So that's one of our win conditions. It's one way to win. The other way to win is we're going to be using Displacer Kitten and Teferi Time Raveler. Displacer Kitten will allow us to flicker to fairy time raveler. We're going to use the bird version because it's cool. And we can go infinite with this. The way we do that is we -3 to fairy, and we put back any mana positive artifact in our hand. That could be Grim Monolith, Mana Vault, Mox Amber, Mox Opal, or Soul Ring. And then replay it. And when we replay it, Displacer Kitten triggers and allows us to flicker our Teferi. This means we get to draw a card and replay and make infinite mana. And then eventually, once we've done that, we're going to be able to re-trigger and replay any of our creatures that ETB and make an artifact, specifically clue tokens, and then we can use Cyber Drive Awakener from there to win the game, which would be really fun. I like that a lot. It's a cool idea. And it gives all of your friends a turn to, try not to die. Yes, Enduring Curiosity. I just love this card. It says whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Whenever it dies, if it was a creature, return to the battlefield. I just want to show it, but this card's freaking awesome. Such a good card. It doesn't fit the vibe, though, like you were saying. The next things we want to do is add mana. So let's add Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual. Let's add Blood Pet. Oop, not Blood Money, Blood Pet. Whoops. Where's Blood Money? I don't see it anywhere. Where's Blood Money at? Oh, there it is. Airbender's Ascension, yes. Oops, that's reversal. Airbender Ascension. Very nice. Love it. Conjurer's Closet. And then we're going to want Roaming Throne to double ETBs. And then we're going to add in Tivit as like our pseudo Shinigami Sphinx, kind of cool, crazy thing. I like that. And then it makes clues on ETB. Very awesome. And then Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, to double our ETBs again. For more artifact triggering. And then, because we have some double artifact triggering, let's get in anything from Esper that ETBs and draws. And then also a Ledger Shredder for conniving. We love that. So we want some low CMC enter draw cards. Yeah, let's just put the mana value 2 or less. Merry Christmas, Kemper. Doing well. Yes, Felidar Guardian would be a great option. Agreed. Baleful Strix. There we go. Autograph book. We got to put it in. We got to put autograph book in. That's just too funny. Am I dumb? Autograph book. Hello, cat. Thank you for stepping on me. Am I dumb? How? What? Is that not how it's spelled? AUTOGRAPH book. Am I dumb? Am I crazy? Auto. Oh, is it not legal? Duh. It's not legal. But you should still put it in. Castle Lochtwin. I think that's a really good inclusion. Good extra land. Oh, Malik, that's awesome. Yes, I love the Ara farm deck. I can't wait to play it this weekend. It's going to be amazing. Let's put in Curse of Silence. That would be really awesome. Oh, I guess that only really works in like standard. It doesn't really work in Commander very well. But I was thinking about, you know, the silencing of light for that little bit he's kept in captivity. I like where we're at with this so far. I think now we want to put in things like Rhystic Study instead of Grim Monolith at this point. It makes more sense to the character. And then more counter spells. I think Delay is a really good one. Delaying the inevitable. Arcane Denial. Which also, I freaking love this foil. Oh, yes, we're doing kind of like a Death Note semi-thematic, but the most part, the request for this deck was that it needs to be something interesting where it is like big brain in order to play. That's the biggest thing we're trying to do right now. Edict effects. Yes, I love that. Sheoldred's Edict. Oh, Samuel, that's amazing. I'm very, very glad that these are helping. I cannot wait to have my commander course come out so that way you guys can learn alongside and how I do this. It is insanely fun to do this with you guys, so I'm very glad you enjoy it. Definitely going to do Snap and then Rewind. And then I think Soul Shatter. Super good. One of the best black cards ever printed. Oh my gosh. Instant Speed Edict effect is absolutely stupid. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker with the highest mana cost. Oh. Each opponent, not player. So good. I think we want to Spellskite, because we are trying to keep the heat off of our commander, and Spellskite does such an amazing job. Everybody Lives. El's Dream. He just wished everybody could have lived. And you know what? Instead of Fierce Guardianship, I think Teferi's Protection makes more sense for El. I think it's more El's kind of thing. Yeah, baby. If you guys weren't here for it, we did a stream a while back where we actually pulled a foiled Teferi's Protection. That was pretty sick. It's just been sitting here on my desk. I haven't put it in a deck yet. I built a Bible-themed deck. I got the 3 Temptations, the 10 Plagues, Moses, the Flood, the Parting the Seas, the Fruit of Eden, Sodom and Gomorrah Destruction. Oh my gosh. I think the Sodom and Gomorrah stuff's so funny. The other day we were reading through one of the smallest books in the entire Bible, where it talks about someone being a oh my gosh, it's a popular Southern word for idiot that's based from the Bible, based on the name of a city. It's the smallest book in the Bible. Oh my gosh, it's Titus, right? No, yeah, Titus. And it's when they go to the island Crete. The island of Crete. Nimrod's good too, though. Nimrod is also a very popular one. But Cretan. You're from Crete. Nimrod's also really good. My granddad used that one constantly. I can hear my grandfather still over the kitchen table going, "What are you doing there, Nimrod?" That's how my granddad talked. He had a southern voice, and It kind of came out like this whenever he talked. Well, you listen to me. He was so funny. Oh my goodness. We have Ledger Shredder already in here, but I like other things that will investigate or draw and discard. Those are kind of fun. But we want more black spells in here. And I think we need a Shinigami. Like, we need a true Shinigami. Yeah, Cretans from the Bible. Yep. Nimrod the Hunter is very good, though. I think our Shinigami is the Rune-Scarred Demon. So when it enters the battlefield, we basically demonic tutor on a stick. I think Rune-Scarred Demon's pretty cool. Oh, we should definitely Apple of Eden, like we were talking about. Yep, Apple of Eden's extremely good. And then we also really want to get, oh my gosh. It's used with Brain Freeze and LED, Savine's Reclamation. Yeah, Savine's Reclamation. Nissa of Traken. Let's check that one out. You have no maximum hand size. Whenever Nissa of Traken attacks, sacrifice X artifacts. When you sacrifice one or more artifacts this way, tap up to X target creatures and draw X cards. That's pretty hype. That's a very Misa thing to do. I like it. And then Tarian's Journal. Nice. I love Tarian's Journal. Very good idea. Let's do definitely Diabolic Edict. So target player sacrifices a creature so we can have, like, that way if we ever need to get targeted stuff. And then also the Original Edict. Yeah, Fruit of the First Tree. Nice. Is it? Yeah, Chainer's Edict. Right? Is that what it is? The sorcery one? No, that's another target player. There's one more Edict that's similar to Shieldred's. I can't remember, but I like both these being in the deck. Oh, I think ramen is really funny, flavorful here. Instant ramen. Because of how much we see in L having ramen. I think outside of this. Oh, Stuffy Doll. There we go. Whenever Stuffy Doll is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to the chosen player. That is so good. Yeah, I feel like Stuffy Doll is super flavorful here. I think a Phyrexian Metamorph. That way we can copy other things that we already like. Yeah, I like this a lot. Let's give it a quick round of play. All right. 2 lands, Savine's, a bunch of the things that we like, but no ways to make artifacts in this hand. So sadly, that's a pitch. Oh, whoa, wow, what a hand. Dear God. This is the Death Note one. Oh my goodness, look at this hand. Jeez Louise. This is just a turn 2 commander. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. Sea of Clouds, Soul Ring, Darkwater Catacombs, Commander? What in the world? Emergence Zone, Filter. Oh, we don't have the pips for it. Darn. We don't have the right pips in order to Cabal Ritual into Tivit. So instead here, we put the Castle Lockman out. It does come in tap because you don't have a swamp. And then we use a colorless from the Soul Ring. to tap and investigate and tap one of our friends' creatures. And then you use the other colorless floating to Catacombs and Sea of Clouds, so that way we have 2 blue, and we do Fleeting Memories. When it enters the battlefield, we investigate. Bonk, make another clue token. And then whenever you sacrifice a clue token, target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Turn 4, Emergence Zone. Ooh, nice. We have a Born Oculus. That's going to be really good soon. Wow. That's really good. Yeah, I mean, we just cast Tivit here. 3 colorless. Black, blue, white, Tivit. We'll ask for 2 treasures because we need mana. Our friends will probably give us 2 clues. Oh my gosh. And then we'll just sack a clue. So we'll draw a card, discard a card. We'll discard Into Deep. And then we'll play out this Mox Amber. This is pretty dang good. This is... Dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 3 colorless. Phyrexia Metamorph. Make a copy of... Or actually, we do that after we attack. So we'll attack with Tivit. Get 2 more treasures. Put them here. Put that down there. Make 2 more clues. And then 3 colorless mana. Phyrexia Metamorph. Copy Tivit. Put Tivit in the graveyard. Re-ETB our Metamorph. 2 more treasures. 2 more clues. It's getting pretty good. And then for 4 mana, Merchant of Truth. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, investigate. We'll say we did that before we did the Tivit. Make another clue. 2 treasures. Clue. Draw, discard. Stuffy Doll is not really needed right now. And then 2 treasures. Clue. Draw. Ghostly Prison. I think we have a lot of blockers and a lot of good things. We can also put that in the bin. But we're getting closer to being able to cast Cabal Ritual and a Born Oculus, which is what we're really hoping for here. Next turn. Land. 2 mana. Investigate. Ooh, Soul Shatter. We can digress whether or not Soul Shatter is important here. Right now, we're unable to tell. 2 mana. Clue. Already did a land for turn. And then do it 1 more time. It's a land, don't need it. Cool. We'll then use our last 2 to Cabal Ritual, which now makes 4 black because of what's in our graveyard. And we get to investigate 2 more times. Draw, discard, draw, discard. And then we have a Born Oculus still, and we still have to attack with Phyrexia Metamorph, which is Tivit. So we'll make 2 treasures, 2 clues. We have 1 mana floating. We have 6 cards, enough in our graveyard that we can now get rid of the cards that we're not worried about. Oh, we want to keep Tivit in there. There we go. And we can cast the Born Oculus. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Manifest Dread. This is really strong. I mean, this is nasty. I like this a lot. This turned out great. I think the one thing that I would do now that I've tested it and now that we've made it, I think this deck needs more tutors. But at bracket 3, that can be kind of hard, especially when we already spent it on a Mana Vault and a Rhystic Study. I think instead of Rhystic Study and instead of Teferi's Protection, you should probably put in more tutors. I think it makes sense, especially Cruel Tutor. Cruel Tutor would go really well here. So we'll take those out. And we're going to add Demonic Tutor, Imperial Seal, Vampiric Tutor, and then we're going to take out one of the lands because we did get a lot of lands. I don't think we needed that many. For the Cruel Tutor. And I think now you're going to be able to find what would have made that huge thing we just did, where we went in and we were like constantly using our artifacts we could have found something to make that better. We could have found, you know, Delny. We could have found Cyberdrive Awakener. We could have found Academy Manufacturer. We definitely could have found another way to copy Tivit, or like Displacer Kitten to trigger Tivit again. Because now what we're seeing are layered combos, right? Like, we could have easily set up something more advanced, and I want to give you, as the player, more tools to do that. And I think in a deck like this, tutors are what's going to make that the best. In a deck like this one, at least. I am personally of the deck building practices that I really like to make decks where if it needs tutors, it normally means something's a little off. But in a deck like this, where this archetype isn't as supported, I think tutors are relevant and okay, and make a lot of sense to keep in the deck. Everyone, this has been our 3rd ever live deck build on live stream. Let me know what you guys thought. I think that was pretty fun. I think you guys hopefully learned a good bit. And it is now time to show you guys the decks I have in store for you today from our wizards. So let's get the show on the road for these. Let's see here. Put all these in my rehab. Let's get December 10th going. Absolutely. I'm so glad you enjoy. Trip, it was a pleasure. Why don't I see December 10th? I see December... Oh, there we go. Why don't I see 2 decks? What in the world? Where are all the decks? Uh-oh. Oh, they're all the... Where were they hiding? That was so weird. Ooh, does it deserve its own video? That'd be fun. I could upload it. I could definitely upload us doing it live for people to see what we do. That'd be fun. Do a little like stream highlight. So the first deck we have today is for Otter Pirate Alloy Savior. We're going to be going over all of the Wizards decks that have been made from the backlog. These are cooked on a little longer than most decks because the Wizards do pay extra for that. For those of you who are wondering why it took so long to see these. So these decks got hands-on testing versus whenever I do testing for a regular deck build, I test it just within Moxfield. These ones actually got tested, like on a battlefield against other players, which is why these take a little longer to make and produce. But I finally had my testing day the other day, and I got to test out all of these, and it was a blast. What is up, Code Exorcist? Good to see you, soul. So, this is supposed to be Big Simic Dummies. Let's talk about it. Let me get up to the names here. Let me find the submission so I can read it out. You wanted Simic artifact creatures, big discovering, big spells, all while being bracket 2 and proxy friendly. So, I love the draft chaff that is the uncommon and common giant artifact creatures in the Magic the Gathering, and none of them speak to me more than the Maelstrom Colossus. I went through my bulk to find this just for this deck. Maelstrom Colossus, 8 mana Cascade, 7/7. What a awesome card. So awesome. What's up, Ziggy? Maelstrom Colossus, one of my all-time favorites. Hulking Metamorph, which can be casted at a smaller bit. Cyberman Squadron, legendary art or non-legendary artifact creatures you control have myriad. Oh my goodness. Like, so many awesome things. If you guys aren't familiar with this commander, let's get into it. Alloy, Savior of Meridian, Vigilance, Reach. In you, all things are possible. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control attack, discover X, where X is the greatest power among them. So you basically exile cards off the top of your library until you exile a non-land with that mana value or less, and you cast without paying it mana cost. That is so awesome. Discovering is super cool as a mechanic. So this deck's full of artifacts, so we included Tezzeret and we included Eye of Ugin from the Storm. That way you can have more colorless mana, you can cast them faster, and you can get more colorless cards out. We also have massive, giant, big artifact boys. And we did also make our artifacts cheaper through things like Ethereum Sculptor, and of course, the old, the tried, the true Factory something? Foundry Inspector? Right? Foundry. Where is he? Where's my Foundry Inspector? Did I not include? Oh, there he is. Foundry Inspector. I was like, did I not include Foundry Inspector? And you know I had to do it to him. Blightsteel Colossus. Look, it's bracket 2, but the game's got to end at some point. I'm sorry, y'all. It's got to end at some point. And if that means I'm going to blicky one of y'all, we're blickying one of y'all. Also, we got to reuse a ton of the very funny Cyberman cards. Which, funny enough, which is crazy. This Cyberman Uncommon is $7. I mean, they're not cheap, which is very strange. People do like them a lot, even though they do seem forgotten sometimes. So, how does this deck win? Beats. We are here to beat face. We're going to have big 8 mana 8/8s, giant flying Platinum Angels, Metalwork Colossuses, Kappa Cannoneers, Karn, Legacy Reforged, all at flash speed with Liberator Ursus Battlecopter, which is hilarious. I love this card, and it actually gets seen in Rogsai. I don't know if you guys know about CDH, but this card has made its way into Rogsai, which is so cool. I love this card. Oh my gosh, Darksteel Colossus turn 3. Woo! I didn't make very good coffee this morning for once. I did make batch brew. Why does that taste weird? Huh. I need to get better coffee later. And now, the secondary win con of this deck. Woo! Yeah, baby. Yeah. Secondary win con other than just beating people in the face while maintaining the enjoyment of bracket 2. While maintaining the enjoyment of it. My friends, my compatriots, I would like to introduce to you the idea that the way to win the game is by making it impossible to die. I said it. I'm a control player at heart, apparently. I don't know why. But Darksteel Forge, artifacts you control are indestructible. If we can get something like Planetarium of Wan Chitong and our commander going hard enough, and we have all of our big creatures out and Darksteel Forge, who can kill us? It's precons. It's bracket 2. They can't do nothing. Big wall. Me, big wall. So, let's play it a little bit, show you guys what it's like to experience big dumb bracket 2. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, we love this. We have a Tezzeret. We have a Kennen. We've got 2 lands and an Arcane Signet. And then we got big dummies. Cinema. This is just cinema. This is perfect. This is everything we could ever ask for. Who would ever be greedier? Let's draw a card. Command Tower. Turn 2. Oh, Ornithopter. Nice. Land. We're going to play out Seymour, also known as Kennen. Next turn. Oh, no land. That's okay, though, because we're going to go 2 mana, or 1 mana, make 2. Boom. Now we're set up for some craziness. Here's the thing. Technically speaking, we could be smart right now. We could hold these back and then play Tezzeret, right? And then we can keep Tezzeret's, artifact count up. There's so many artifacts in this deck. We really don't need to worry about that. Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Land off the top. Ripping. We could double Major Kennen and make an insane amount of mana right now. I think we do that later when we need even more mana. I think that's what we do. So, uno, dos, tres, Tezzeret. We're going to -3 Tezzeret. Remove it down to 1. And we're going to go get our Soul Ring. Put it in our hand. We're going to pay 2. Putting 1 floating for a Soul Ring. 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got Alloy, baby. You know what time it is next turn. And we get to put 1 more loyalty counter onto Tezzeret because we did, in fact, play an artifact. I guess we could have played the Darksteel Citadel after as well. So we'll say we do that, play it after, and now Tezzeret does, in fact, have another loyalty counter because we're smart. So, how would we like to proceed from here? It's turn 4. Most Bracket 2 games try to end by turn 8. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can do that. We're going to be able to go get another artifact with Tezzeret and make more mana here, which is really good. And then Solemn Simulacrum does, in fact, go get us a basic land card. But it does come in tap, which is fine. I think this turn we need to put out one of our big creatures, though, because we want to start discovering, and that's the entire freaking point of this deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Platinum Imperium. Boom! Artifact. Tezzeret's counter goes up. Now he's up to 4. Well, now -3 Tezzeret. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go find a 1 CMC or less artifact that we want from our deck that will make us mana. Let's see what we got left. Because it's bracket 2, I don't know what else we could really have other than Soul Ring. I may have included Lotus Petal if we're lucky. Oh, Tarian Soul Cleaver. That's an option. Yep, that'll be our other option. And we'll play that out. Boom. Get another there. And we'll go to combat next turn with Platinum Imperium and start discovering big boys. Next turn, ooh, Scroll Rack. That's pretty hype. That's pretty hype. And this will give Platinum Imperium Vigilance, and whenever another artifact creature is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on the equipped creature. Pretty cool. So we can do that with Solemn Simulacrum by basically flinging him into the void. Not a bad idea. We will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 mana unless something else happens. So we're going to do the 0, which is untap target artifact or creature. If it's an artifact creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And we're going to, in fact, +0. Oops, don't mean to add loyalty. To untap our Soul Ring to make 6. So make 6 with Soul Ring. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 2 left over. Metalwork Colossus. Put a counter onto Tezzeret. And then with the 2 floating, put this onto Platinum Imperium. Smack in for 8. And we'll discover 8. Nice. And we get a Karn. Heck yeah. And we'll cast Karn for free. And Tezzeret goes up. Boys and girls, I think we're seeing the gist. It's turn 6. And we got how much power on the board? Total mana value of our artifacts is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, that's not an artifact. I'm dumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16, 24, 25. We have 25. Oh, plus Karn himself. Sorry. 30. So currently we've got 48 8, 51. We have 53 power on the board on turn 6. And that was with like Magical Christmas Land hand where we had a Kennen in the opening hand with artifacts. So that, I'll take it. I'll take it. Otter Pirate, I hope you enjoy. The Metal Pillow Fort. That's what we got to name this deck. All right, guys. Let me go get some water real quick, and we'll start with this next deck. I'll give you guys a quick peekaboo of it. And I'm going to grab some water. BRB. Oh, God. I stepped on my... Oh, my gosh. I just stepped on my headphones. That hurt. Ow. They're metal. Oi. I've returned. Ooh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, by the way, guys. For Black Friday, I got a magic jacket. And it's got my friend's art on it. That's my friend Steve. My friend Steve made that art. So I was like, oh, one of my friends made art for Magic the Gathering, and it's on a jacket. I was like, looks good. Oh, man. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I need more coffee. If only I had the time to make it, but I can be eepy. It's cozy day. It's cozy Christmas stream. And up next, Otter Pirate. It's time for your Princess Bride Secret Lair deck. Let's talk about it. Let me grab the exact. Here you go. Otter Pirate, you asked any one of the commanders from the Princess Bride Secret Lair. I love that movie so much. I love the characters from the Princess Bride and would love to play a deck that represents that character. I picked bracket 3, and I think they can all do okay there. However, if you do, in fact, choose Beryl or Finn, I would like Geneva's suggestion instead. So, here's the biggest thing. Oh, hello, everybody. My wifey is in chat. Say the big hellos. Give the big waves to the deaf wife. We are, in fact, talking about the Princess Bride right now. How topical. How perfect. We are looking to show off what it truly means to be Indigo Montoya. Making sure that the man who killed his father is prepared to die, avenging swordsman. This is a reskin secret lair of Samet, Voice of Dissonant. It's Flash, which is really cool. I think Flash makes so much sense for this character because he just pops out. Double Strike, Vigilance, Haste, and all other creatures you control have haste. Freaking amazing. So, what does Indigo do? My wife and I love this movie. Baby, you know this. It's one of my favorites. I ask everyone if they've seen it. Indigo is all about honor. This character is not trying to combo. He wants to come at you with everything he has earnestly. So, we have an insane amount of creatures in this deck. 38! 38 creatures. This is supposed to be the Honest Abe smack in style deck. Indigo also allows us to untap and aid another creature. So we're going to be untapping things that allow us to take extra combat steps, make extra mana, as well as make sure we get our good buddy pal to his destination. Also, I just thought it would be such a travesty not to include the best boy in this list as well. I think maybe the art got changed as I don't see them. Let me fix this. Where did they go? I had added a couple other cards from the secret lair in, and now I do not see it. What in the world? Hold on. Let me fix this. What a travesty. I did not include the Dread Pirate Roberts as the only thing that could really help Dread Pirate Roberts is if we were using Orin Frostfang. But yeah, I thought I had added Fezzik. That's strange. I don't know how Fezzik got taken out. And what Fezzik does is it allows us to sacrifice another creature, and it deals damage equal to that creature's power to target player. And we got some big boys to be flinging. My wife knows this. Galta is my favorite card of all time from when I first started playing. And the best art for this card is the original FNM promo. Duh. If you haven't seen it. So we're going to be flinging things like Galta straight at people's faces for 12 straight damage, which is very Fezzik and very awesome. Now, Defcap, how does this relate to making sure we killed the six-fingered man? How do we make sure we're doing that? A lot of our cards tell us to choose a player. Yeah, FNM Galta waifu. Absolutely. Absolutely. I own a playset of every single mono green card that came out during that era. You know what? You know what, guys? I just realized we have two different cards that allow us to give all of our creatures death touch. Let's just put Finn the Fangbearer in. Let's just put Wesley Dread Pirate Roberts in. Honestly, I just realized we have both Savrith the Viper's Fang and Orin Frostfang that work with Wesley for this. I just think we got to do it. But this deck is layered. It is a little bit more complicated than I think anyone is going to give it credit because of the untapping ability of Indigo. And I think that is what makes this deck special versus a lot of other decks that try to do what this does. We're not running a lot of artifacts, and I don't want to. I want this deck to feel creature, simple, and honest. The horror was not supposed to be in there. And so the only thing I included was Soul Ring, the Great Tree, and the One Ring due to his honesty, you know? And there's not a lot of instance, and by not a lot, I mean none. Absolutely none. Indigo fights man-to-man, combat only, no tricks, no instance in this deck whatsoever. If you're going to mess with my board, then you're going to mess with my board. But guess what? The crackback is going to be insane. I am coming back with the absolute superiority of his fencing method. What is up, Sam Lobato? So, let's get into what makes this deck interesting and what hands you should try to keep. So, the biggest thing about this deck is you have to find a hand with a mana dork in it. Any mana dork, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be one of the 1 CMC mana dorks. So this Fabro Elder, totally great. Totally great. Oh, that's funny. You found someone with 6 fingers? Like recently? That's a coincidence. And so this one works great. We've got Fabro Elder here to make us extra mana. We have Finale Devastation to go get us a big creature. We have Cutzel to make sure people don't mess with us and something to do. And then we have Beast Whisper. The only frustrating thing is his hand is a little slow, but the good thing is it's bracket 3, so it's not the end of the world. So we'll draw for turn. We get lucky. We'll go get... what do I want? Probably Taiga here. We'll go get a Taiga... or not Taiga. We don't want a Taiga. We want something with the plains. We'll get that next turn. Tap. Elvish Mystic. Awesome. Flooded Strand. Go get ourselves an... what is a tutorable for us right now? Forgot. It's not Taiga. It's Temple Garden is it's Plateau, right? Plateau. Taiga Uppercut. Pay 3. Fabro. Awesome. Misty Rainforest. Go grab ourselves a... not Bountiful Promenade. It's got to be the other one I just mentioned. Temple Garden. Great. Shotgun Temple Garden. Bing, bing. Okay. Currently available to us. We have 2 mana from Fabro Elder, 1 from Elvish Mystic, and 3 down here. That right there is our commander. But we have this new card from Avatar in our hand. If we pay 2, when it enters the battlefield, we Earthbend 1. Target landing controls becomes a 0/0 creature with haste until end of turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then if it dies, it returns the battlefield tap. So our Taiga is now a 1/1 creature. But here's the thing. It says whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional green. So our Taiga now produces 2 green. So we'll place 2 green plus another 2 green from Elvish Mystics. Now we got 4 mana. And then we're going to get, for each color among permanents you control, add 1 mana of that color. We'll add 3 through Fable. We'll do 1 white and 2 green. We do need a red, so we're going to have to tap the Taiga for red so we don't get the extra green from that. So red, 2 green, and 3 from Fabro. And we still get to cast Indigo, even though we casted this turn. We'll put the +1/+1 counter on it so we know this is a creature. Exactly. Yes. Now, we're going to do some fun shenanigans here. And Last March of the Ents is a really good card. It says draw cards equal to the greatest toughness amongst creatures you control and put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Right now, we don't have enough things to do that with. We'd like to draw cards first before that happens. So this Beast Whisperer is more important than us. Oh, scene. Sorry. Thank you. It says whenever you tap a creature for green mana, add an additional green. And the Fabro got tapped for green and white when we tapped it. So we just get double green and a white. Because Indigo wasn't out yet. So we'll get double green, white, red. For Fabro, and we'll cast Beast Whisper. Then we'll do double green, and then a white to cast Cutzel, and we'll draw a card. We'll get a land drop return. We'll do the Blanchwood on white, and then we'll tap white and tap Indigo to untap Fabro, add red, white, green, green. And we'll get to cast Combat Celebrant, draw a card. Oh, we got Fezzik. Nice. So we have one left over, plus Taiga and Temple Garden. Don't really want to do too much with that, in all honesty. So we'll go to combat. All of our creatures have haste because of our commander. So we can attack him with Beast Whisper, the Badger Mole Cub, Cutzel, and Combat Celebrant. We will not exhaust Combat Celebrant this time. But it says whenever one or more creatures you control with each power greater than its base power deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. That would right now only be our Taiga. So our Taiga is a creature with a higher than its base power because it's a 0/0 with a +1/+1 counter. So we do draw a card off of that. Next turn. Play this Wooded Foothills. Go grab ourselves. Let's see here. Sacred Foundry. Shock that in. And we'll pay 4 and cast Fezzik. Bonk. So now we have a stupid amount of mana. And I think it's time we go for a big win. I think it's time. So Fezzik enters, Beast Whisper triggers, we draw a card. Ooh, Sereth the Viper's Fang. Okay, now technically we could go for a Finn the Fangbearer win here. Because it says other tapped creatures you control have Death Touch, which is pretty hype. And we have Combat Celebrant. That's pretty hype. So next turn we could go for a win if we'd like. It's turn 5. So double green from Elvish Mystic, 4 mana from Fabro Elder, and then double green from Taiga for a total of 6 mana. And we can finale and get anything that's X = 4 or less if we wanted to here. But we can do a little more than that. We can tap for white. Use the white from Fabro Elder to tap. Untap Fabro, make another 4. Going up to 9 mana total. If we wanted to. And we get X = 6 for finale. That's not enough for Craterhoof, so we're going to hold off on it. And instead, we're going to tap and just play Sereth to give everything Death Touch when it attacks. And then we can pay double green, finale, X = 2. Go get Finn the Fangbearer. This, and then also we draw twice because of Beast Whisper, which is pretty great. So, personally, right here, we have enough to win the game next turn with Finn's ability. So, I think you're just supposed to hold back here, but we're also, not wusses, so we definitely swing in and have some fun. Next turn, bonk, play a Hasty Bird, just for fun. And then Unnatural Growth, giving everything double power. Swinging in. And so, this is a turn 6 win because we're not in a real game and no one has, tried to, kill our creatures yet. In a regular game of Magic, someone's messing with you. My wife is 100% looking at my board right now, and she is 100% killing my commander every single time. My wife knows me and my decks well enough to do that. So, you got to remember that when we do these like little playtest things like this, turn 6 for a bracket 3 is a little fast. Technically turn 5 if we had our perfect hand there. But in a real game, it'll still be a regular turn 7, turn 8, like we're expecting. So, shouldn't be too overpowered. Shouldn't. Keyword, shouldn't. All right, next up, we'll give Soul the stage, and then we'll come back to Otter Pirate. We'll do Sir Trekkie and then Soul. So, Sir Trekkie, this is your Gerard Golgari Lich Lord deck that you asked for. Let's go into it. Insert Soul leveling meme. I used to see Gerard Golgari Lich Lord in the past grinding up commander pods, brew something disgusting, let's bring him back, can be for whatever bracket you want, just show off the deck, and you had selected bracket 4, so I went for it. Who's talking about adding what to Arena? They're talking about adding commander to Arena? What? What's up, Atrocity? Who's talking about adding commander to Arena? Is it Wizards? I mean, I'll give my thoughts on it, which are that's impossible. Because there's like, what, 26,000 legal cards in Commander? Feybarrow technically isn't a must-have in 5-color decks, but if you don't run it and your deck is pip intensive, I am going to look at you funny. If your deck's like super pip intensive, then yeah, it's an auto include. But here's the thing. Some Wooburg decks that are 5-color decks that aren't pip intensive, for example, a deck where, sure, it's Wooburg, but you're only playing like 2 cards that are red. Feybarrow's okay. But in general, I think you should always have it, personally. But I don't know if that's like an objective opinion or a personal opinion. Now, let's look into what makes Gerard Golgari Lich interesting. Let's hop over here. So, oh yeah, I mean the Walking Spellworks from Strixhaven's one that I would not put it in because it doesn't actually have the pips like in its casting cost. So it makes it a lot worse, as well as that deck is more of a Spellslinger deck. So like specifically, no, I wouldn't put it into Cody. So Gerard gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. For 1 colorless green-black, sacrifice another creature. Each opponent loses life equal to that sacrificed creature's power. If we sacrifice a swamp and a forest, we return this card from your graveyard to our hand. So, how do we make Gerard genuinely slap? We need things that get onto the battlefield for cheap, that have a lot of power, and really hurt. And so we're going to be abusing Galta, Lord of Extinction, Gargle and Multani, and a few other high power creatures like Daemogoth Woe Eater. Y'all might have heard, or Daemogoth Titan, not Woe Eater. Love that one. And then Ghoul Tree. So it's like Golgari Fling. It's very fun. It's a very good card. Now, we want to get cards into our graveyard, and then we want to reanimate them. So we're going to be using Fauna Shaman, and we're going to be using Survival the Fittest to put those cards into our graveyard. And then, of course, we're going to be running the regular package of Entomb, Buried Alive, Victimize, and making sure we get to Animate Dead, Necromancy, and the Ripples of Undeath also helps us mill. So we have a mill sub-theme to this deck, as well as a way to sacrifice creatures to draw more cards, such as Life's Legacy. In your opening hand, you must, in your opening hand, you have to find yourself a mana dork. You are going to be so behind in this deck if you don't, because it's so freaking mana hungry. On turn 1, you need something that gets you ahead mana wise in your hand. That doesn't mean it needs to happen on turn 1, but at least by turn 2, you need to be advancing your mana situation. Because the rest of the deck will play itself from there. It'll be very simple, because once you have Gerard out, you get to do so much. By turn 4, you want to have Gerard already out and ready to sacrifice a creature. That's what our goal is by turn 4. So let's play that out. Great. Yeah, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. So we have a land, we have 2 mana dorks, we have our mana rock, a way to tutor, and we have Galta. This is everything we just asked for. Absolutely everything. So we'll draw for turn, Verdant Catacombs, we'll go get Bayou, tap Bird's Paradise. Next turn, Flooded Strand. Or not Flooded Strand. Sorry, that shouldn't have been in the deck. My bad. City of Brass. I need to take that out. I forgot to take out the off-color fetch. 2 mana, Arcane Signet. 2 mana, Llanowar Elves. And then the floating mana, Worldly Tutor. And we're going to go get a creature to put on top of our library. Fiend Artisan's pretty great. Yargle Multani, kind of better. And I think we want that. Put that on top. Draw for next turn. Awesome. Tap for 4 mana. We'll tap for 2. Put out this Talisman of Resilience. Then tap for 4 mana. Gerard comes out. So, currently on our board, we have 6 mana on turn 3. 6 mana. And we have a total power and toughness of 3. We can cast Yargle next turn, and then the following turn deal 16 damage to everyone, or 18 damage to everyone, and if before we activate it, we can use Galta. So let me show you how this works out. Oh my gosh. Bro, no way. No way we just drew the Animate Dead off the top. Bro, that's nasty. All right, 6 mana. Yargle and Multani. Turn 5. Oh my gosh. This is so heat. This is crazy. Oh, if only we had 1 more mana. Oh. Bummer. If we had 1 more mana, we could put out Ripples, Animate Dead, and Galta. Oh my goodness, bro. So, for 2 mana, Galta. And then for 3 mana, we sack Yargle Multani. Oh my goodness. And then everyone just lost 18 life. So let's pretend no one's taken damage all game. We're working with Perfect Souls that somehow have never been swung at. They have 40 health. They're down to 22 health. Next turn. 1 mana, Stitcher Supplier. And then 2 mana, Animate Dead, Yargle Multani. 3 mana, Yargle Multani. Oh yeah, when it comes in, we mill 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Yargle dies. Mill 1, 2, 3. And then our commander is now 1, 2, 3. Has an extra 3 power. Oh, it's when Stitch Supplier dies. Sorry. We don't mill those other 3. And Animate Dead goes away. Now everyone is down to 4 life. Assuming they were all somehow at 40. And then we can kill the other 2. So we're just 1v1ing somebody. Oh, we also would have swung at someone with Yargle. So yeah, we won the game. Game's already over. You love to see it. You love to see it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a really good commander. It's really freaking good. It's a good card. Woo! Ah, God, I need coffee. I've never ordered coffee to my house, but I'm not about to start. Yeah. Good. I'm glad you do. It's a great one. And you know, when I first saw this card, I thought it was referencing Jared Carthelion. Because I didn't realize it was Gerard. I had a coffee sponsorship for a little bit, but not enough people bought coffee from them for me to continue with them. I was kind of sad. I was really hoping it would have worked out. I'll try another coffee sponsor again soon, but it was back when I had like 10,000 subscribers when I tried that. Now I'm at like, what, 25,000 or something? What are we at? We are currently sitting at 24,760. I also haven't been making videos lately because I've been stupid busy. Used to see this commander a lot, yeah. All right, our next deck is for Soul. This is Frodo, Adventurous Hobbit, and Sam, Loyal Attendant. I don't know why I said loyal twice. See, that's how you know I actually type these things out myself. I've cut back on energy drinks and I've gone back to coffee because energy drinks start your metabolism back up, or they activate parts of your metabolism that make you not lose as much weight. And I was losing weight for a while. I can definitely get back on. I'm trying to bulk now. Dudes, I dropped 15 pounds in 3 months just purely on diet. Like, it was ridiculous. Just purely diet, losing 5 pounds a month was awesome. I didn't realize it would be that easy. And the diet even wasn't that bad. You built a 5-color bracket 1 deck that's literally all vanilla creatures with the added caveat that I cannot give my creatures any keywords or abilities at all. I love that. I love that. Isn't there a commander that cares about vanilla creatures too? Yeah, energy drinks make your metabolism slower because it's processing the different vitamins that they have in them, which are good for you. The vitamins that a lot of these brands put in. Ashes, Lesnia, got it. So Soul, Frodo, and Sam. Let's go over this for a moment. Frodo and Sam are all about food. And they're all about, of course, second dinner, and second breakfast, second lunch. So I wanted to make a food-centric deck that felt like you were getting a second dinner, second breakfast. That's the whole point. So it is a Foods Matter deck, as many of these decks are, but with a little added zest. We are going to try to manually gain enough life to use Aetherflux Reservoir. How do we feel about that? We're going to see if we can gain enough life manually just through cracking food tokens. Just through cracking food. Storm Laser, baby. Woo! That's what we on here. So, it is a white-black-green deck, meaning we are going to be doing everything we can in our, like, anything possible to still be using the black part of the deck without losing a lot of life. So that's still a big part of this. The only card that makes us lose life will be Reanimate, and it's a backup, hey, someone killed something really important, we need it now kind of thing. That's the only big thing. But the big thing is, if one or more tokens will be created under your control, twice that many of tokens will be created instead. We have a fair amount of those effects in this deck, and we're going to be also using Delny to make a lot of extra food tokens due to Delny's doubling ability. And guess what? You got it right. Both of our commanders are doubled by Delny, because Delny does, in fact, say 2 or less power. So, Frodo Adventurous Hobbit attacks. It says if you've gained 3 or more life this turn, the ring tempts you. If Frodo is your ring bearer and the ring has tempted you 2 or more times this game, draw a card. So Frodo is our way to draw cards, and Sam is our way to gain life. Super awesome combo. Don't break these boys up. It's perfect. I personally like to play this game by like absolutely savagely looking for a turn 1 mana dork into a turn 2 Sam. That's the way I like to do it, because at the beginning of combat on your turn, you create a food token. If you can get that going, it's amazing. And activated abilities of foods cost 1 less to cast. Yes, there's lots of ways to gain double life, but I wanted this deck to only be about gaining it through food. I didn't want to try to manipulate it anymore. I want it to feel earnest and earned. So let's see if we can do that. All right, we found... Awesome. We did find our Birds of Paradise. We also found a Gemstone Caverns that gets to go on early. We have a way to create food. And we have, look at that, a way to create food. I think we're pretty happy with this hand. So the Gemstone Caverns is already out. We'll Flooded Strand. We'll go get a Temple Garden. And then we're going to play out our Birds of Paradise. Next turn, land into, you guessed it, Sam. And at the beginning of combat, make that food token. We're not going to crack it yet because Frodo's not out. We want that for Frodo. Next turn, land. We can either play Frodo and something like Boomy's Feast and or Trail of Crumbs. Or we can play out Brosco, Just the Bear. So, let's talk about that. Sorry, I forgot to flip scenes again. I always forget. Brosco, Just the Bear says, whenever Brosco enters, create a food token for each legendary creature you control. We currently, in our hand, have 2 extra legendary creatures, and we have 1 in our command zone. So Brosco is what we want to play after. And so, that's like something to look at when you're looking at the texture of your hands. Like your play sequencing just matters so freaking much. So Tree Bend is 4 mana, and then Mirrorback Brandy, or Meriadoc Brandy Buck is 2. So we can easily play 2 and 2. And then we can use our last one to crack a food token. We'll gain 3 life, 1, 2, 3. And then we make another one during combat. And then it says, whenever 1 or more halflings you control would attack a player, create a food token. We'll attack with Sam, make an extra food token. Awesome. Turn 4. I'd say we want to get the most out of Brosco we can, personally. So we're going to pay 4 mana for Treebeard. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 food tokens, bink, bink. And then whenever you gain life, put that many +1/+1 encounters on target halfling or tree folk. Normally, I would try to play out the Finhorn Elf here, but I think we would rather crack a fruit token. That way we can draw a card with Frodo on attack. So we'll draw a card. We'll get Tempted by the Ring. And then whenever the Ring Bearer is legendary, it can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. So that'll be on Frodo. Boop. And we'll go in, crack a food, make one on combat, attack, make 3 food from our... tree folk can't attack yet. We have 3 halflings dealing damage, make 3 food tokens, and we draw a card. This is turn 4. I want you to look at this screen right now. We've gained 6 life this game so far, and we've lost 1 from a fetch and 2 from a temple garden. So we're at 43. Getting enough health to laser everyone is very realistic without any doubling life gain shenanigans, any of that. Like this is absolutely insane. Next turn, land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bosco, make 4 more tokens +1 for combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Peregrine Took is in our hand, so we could easily play that instead, hold all this back, and then just play the Finhorn and Trail of Crumbs and still make that many. That's insanity. We'll go to combat. We get to draw 3 cards and then 1 through the Ring Tempt, and then we get to draw and discard due to the ring. And then with our extra last mana, we'll do a Soul Ring and then 2 crack 2 foods. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Oh yeah, baby. All right, it's Morbin time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bosco. Oh my goodness. We'll actually... Ooh, actually, I guess we would want to do this a little different. 2 mana Lotho, then the Lotus Petal, which triggers Lotho, giving us a treasure, and then the treasure and the Lotus Petal. 1, 2, 5, Bosco, and we create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 extra foods. This is so much fun. Attack in, make 2 extra foods, draw 3 cards. There's the Aether Flux, everybody. Land for turn. Screw it. We'll grab a force. I don't care. Let's just gain 9 life. Why not? Why not? Why not? Next turn, we're going to crack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of our foods. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Why not? It's just, at this point, all you gotta do is just show up to the dinner. There's always second dinner. This is how you do second dinner, right here. This is how you do it. After this, it's time to start firing your lasers. We got the Aether Flux out. It doesn't matter. Pew, 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 pew. Gain life with Avacyn's. Gain more with Sylvan. Gain more with Cultivate. Get more lands. Pew, 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 pew. So awesome. The only thing I would suggest with this list, if you can, Gaia's Cradle is really great. And instead of Smothering Tithe, if you want, I would suggest doing crop rotation. It's a potluck for the whole pod. I love that. Alrighty, y'all, let's get on. We got 4 more decks for today. Next up is another Otter Pirate deck. I think it's his last one of the day. And then after that, it is Sir Trekkie in Soul for the rest of the day. So, let's see what we got here. Otter Pirate, you asked me for a Blink deck. I did a Blink deck without white. Yeah. So, I've been interested in an archetype of Blink and Flicker recently, but haven't found a good way to do it. It seems like a juggling act between normal deck basics, ways to flicker, blink, payoffs, just generally being clunky. Absolutely. That's because most flicker decks only care about flickering, and they don't think about the payoff of the flicker. So, here is what I would consider a well-constructed flicker deck. It doesn't have to be white. No, Frank, you have not missed your deck. So, Yarok the Desecrated. It's a flicker deck because we have cards in it that flicker, not because the commander is some flicker engine. That's not how you want to do it. Trust me. A good flicker deck is all about having big stuff and making it have big impacts. And Yarok makes everything that has an impact do it additional time. It says if a permanent entering the battlefield causes the triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. It is time to start making Flicker City. So, a lot of the things that we can do with Yarok are landfall doubling triggers. Very awesome. We can also double Crater Hoof's ability when it comes in. But the best thing is, whenever we've done this, let's say we play Masker Worm. Whenever Masker Worm enters, creatures opponent's control get -2/-2 till end of turn. Or Ravenous Chupacabra. When it enters the battlefield, destroy a target permanent that opponent controls. Yarok already makes it happen twice when they enter. Now we're going to use cards like Archaeomancer, Deadeye Navigator, Displacer Kitten, Thassa, Essence Flux, Ghostly Flicker, Hide in the Ceiling, Snap, and all these other cards, Conjurer's Closet, Cloudstone Curio to re-ETB and flicker all of these things to make them happen over and over and over again. It is nasty. It is absolutely nasty. So, how do we want to do this? What's our methodology behind it? We need to get Yarok out early. That is a very big part of this. But, funny enough, for the first time today, Yarok isn't the first thing we need to get out. We need to get it out early, but not first. The thing we care about most is having something to trigger at all. So we want to have things like Eternal Witness. We want to have things like Maskerworm, Muldrifter, Peregrine Drake that do really great things once they're on the battlefield. One of the best ones in the deck is Scootswarm for the landfall effect that we want to double and have retrigger. Or Topiary Stomper. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, and tapped. A lot of these things want to be ETB'd. They want to be flickered. They want the flick. And so, how are we going to do that? What are we going to do? On top of finding extra land drop cards like Burgeoning and Exploration, or ways to draw more cards like Sylvan Library, we're going to be looking for not just an early Mana Dork, but an early ETB. That's basically the gist of it. How you win with this deck is overwhelming the board with value. It is no specific thing outside of the fact that we do in fact have Craterhoof and a total count of 34 creatures. So Craterhoof should get the job done at the end of the day. Personally, the things I look for when I play this deck are Tatioba and AC, because it makes your life easy, and land drops being double trigger draws is pretty freaking amazing, especially when you have fetches. So an easy way to find your opening hand that you like we talked about, is being able to see, is there something that enters and does something cool that we want doubled. This one's got a Muldrifter. That's great. It's got an AC that we play later, a Retreat to Kaldheim, which allows us to scry when we play lands, a Thassa's for retriggers, and we have Sylvan Library for extra draws. So this hand makes sense. Land, Mana Dork, into land, Sylvan Library, and then next turn we get to draw 3. Don't get a land drop, little sad, happens, but we can go Sol Ring into a Displacer Kitten, which is crazy for later, so it sets us up. And then we're gonna just count on Sylvan Library finding us another land next turn. So draw, and then we draw 2 more. Cool, we get it. Land drop, we got 6 mana available to us. We can either be putting out AC here, but because we already have Displacer Kitten, Wood Elves makes way more sense, and so does Muldrifter. Because when they enter, they do something, and then we can start flickering them. So we'll play the Muldrifter. 1, 2. Oh, we do not have the blue mana. I just realized we tutored for the wrong card. My bad. We'll tutor for green, blue. We'll do Tropical Island instead. So we'll play out Muldrifter, and we'll draw 2 cards. Oh! That's pretty good. Sadly, nothing 1 CMC to re-trigger it yet, but I'm sure we'll find something next turn. We're going to go to Cleanup, and we're going to put away... Oh, they're all so amazing, but I don't think the Thassa's is necessary right now, but it's so good with Muldrifter. I think we keep the Thassa's. I think it's the AC we don't need right now, which sounds crazy. Because Retreat to Kaldheim allows us to scry for Muldrifter too. That's hard. That's hard. Well, Gaia's Cradle gives us more mana. Manamo currently doesn't need to untap anything important, so we can definitely bin that one. So, probably Awaken the Woods, unless we want to dedicate to the AC plan here. Which we can. So I think it's the Wood Elves. Yeah, it's the Wood Elves. Next turn, draw an extra 2. Gaia's Cradle. Delighted Halfling. And then we make 4 green mana. 2 colorless. A blue. And then we don't have the black yet for Yarok. So we have AC. And then we have a green floating. Now all we have to do is cast a non-creature spell. So the blue and 2, Retreat to Kaldheim, Flicker Muldrifter, draw 2 cards. No land. Bummer. We'll put the Baleful Strix in the yard. Ah, we get a land, baby. Field of the Dead. Bonk. We get to, yeah, we're flicking so hard. We're going to draw, and we're going to scry. We do want Avengers and a car, so we'll take it. And then I think the best thing to do right now, because we don't have, oh, we do have the black. We have the light halfling. So black, 2 colorless, green, blue, Yarok. And now we get the doubles. So we'll say we'll play the land after, so we draw 2, scry 2. We don't need a Zuza right now because we don't really have extra land drops. But we do have Tatiova, so I do kind of want to keep it. So we'll keep it. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. It's okay. Yeah, I think it's time to pull the trigger. Guy's Cradle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. We'll do 6, 7, 8, 9 mana total for Awaken the Woods, which will give us 18 cards and 18 scries because of AC. Oh, dear God. 6, 7. Perhaps I've made this deck a little too well. And we didn't draw off the Sylvan Library. See what we would have gotten. Oh, we got a land drop. I don't want to do the math. We win. I don't think you guys want to sit here and watch me do all this. That is insanity. That is absolutely insane. 18 draw triggers and 18 scry and 9 scry triggers. We're good. We're good. We're fine. We're fine. We don't. We're okay. We'll be fine. Let's look at the top 18 here. I saw a crater hoof. We're good. We're good. We saw a crater hoof. We're fine. Game over. Oh, it's nasty. Yep. So yeah, I wanted to give you a Flicker deck that has big payoffs. There you go. Soul Sauron, the Dark Lord. Showcase deck request 2-3, a very strong bracket 3 themed bad guys Lord of the Ring deck. We got all the baddies in here, baby. And of course, I had to throw in Cavern Hoarder Dragon because it's one of my favorite cards in the entire game. I love it so freaking much. We got the Nazgul. We've got Saruman. We've got Sauron the Dark Lord, Sauron the Lidless Eye, Balrog, the Mouth of Sauron, Sauron Lord of the Rings. We out here. We out here being big bad. Now, DefCat. Okay, this man just paid you on discount $38.62 to build him a deck. And all you did was Google the enemies of the state and put them in a deck? That's not very specialist deck building of you. Oh, my sweet summer child. I made sure to go through all of Lord of the Rings and add in everything that features those scenes from the movies and has as much hatred in your heart. And then I built out one of the most disturbing control shells within Grixis to amass as many orcs as possible. And of course, we have the Fateful Strike that we had to add. And then we also added a mill sub-theme with reanimation so we can put out all of our big creatures easy. So, what does this deck want to do for the first 4 turns? This deck wants to counterspell. This deck wants to disrupt. Every single turn in your original, primal form as an evil being, you're disrupting things. You're showing everyone you're evil. Do a little setup, a little Shadow Spear, a little Soul Ring, a little Talisman or two. You want to be negating. You want to be using Glorious Gale. You want to be using Arcane Denial. You want to deceive the messenger. Yeah. So the idea is early game, you're setting up your opening hand to be a control shell and make sure you're stopping other people from doing things and or card draw such as Faithless Looting. Evidently, a hand you really want to keep has something like Jessica's Will in it. It has something like Victimize in it, Faithless Looting, things that draw you cards or make extra mana, Dark Ritual. All of those things are really what you want to be looking for, and everything else at that point is what it is for you. The way to win this game, and what I wanted to do to push this deck to be fun while still being bracket 3, is the Orc Amassing. It says, whenever an opponent casts a spell, amass orcs. Whenever an army you control deals combat damage to a player, the ring tempts you. I wanted to make sure we could keep your opponents having to cast spells and you making orcs the center of this. And so that's what I did for this deck. I did not include the boogeyman of the format that a lot of people get irritated at, which is orcish orc army, the archers, the one that everyone, the 2-mana flash. Why am I blanking on their name? Orcish ranger, my dumb bowmaster. Thank you. Dear God. Orcish bowmaster. The reason I didn't include it is because of bracket 3. I will be honest, a lot of people get irritated at that card. They just get upsetty spaghetti, and I didn't want you to end up becoming the evil villain early unless you opted into that lifestyle. So if you want, add Orcish Bowmasters into this deck, but I felt like it may paint you as more Grixis Angie Magic player rather than I like to play big bads from the Lord of the Rings series. So I'd just be careful. I don't think you need it. This deck also includes obviously the 9 Nazgul, so the ring tempting you is a big part of it. Yeah, I want to be a fun villain. Yeah, exactly. Something else I really enjoy about playing this deck so far and in testing was genuinely just getting to play the big creatures unironically. Getting to play Balrog and actually it like mattering is so much fun. I love having a hasty 7/5 on my board. It's really fun. It's the bomb. I also made sure to not only include cards that were like the big creature, big slammers from this set, but I wanted to do a little bit to make sure they can come back because they're gonna get killed. And so Dread Return was on my mind, and then Animate Dead, just to give a little bit of redundancy. And then of course, In the Darkness Bind Them, the big saga for Saruman. I had to include it. Or for Sauron, sorry. So, how does this deck play? Thanks for asking. Like I said, we want early counter spells and early ways to get the game going. So we've got Glorious Gale in our opening hand, a way to get extra mana, and a scam card, which scam cards mean like when something dies, you can return it really easily. This hand's just okay. It's not fun. And so even though it's like on par with what we need, we can find something more fun in the end of the day somewhere else. Only 1 land. Yeah, see, this makes a lot more sense. This hand's fun, and it's got control magic in it, and early things to do. And we're going down to 6 to be able to have this hand. We're probably going to put back the... Oh, no, this is our second 7. I'm stupid. So we'll draw off a turn. Urza Saga, Shadow Spear. Next turn, Urza Saga ticks up to 2. Play a land. And now we have our Frantic Search available to us. Or not Frantic Search, sorry. We have our Demonic Tutor, and we have our Swan Song available to us if we need this turn. I wouldn't drop an early Demonic Tutor here, just because right now there's not really anything we're like gunning toward too hard. But if you feel like you really want to get that extra land, you can with the Demonic Tutor. but we're already going to get a Soul Ring with Urza Saga as it is, so we're okay. I think holding back and then Swan Songing an early Rhystic Study makes way more sense here. Give someone a 2/2 bird. Next turn, Urza Saga cracks, and we go get Soul Ring. We use that to cast Frantic Search, which untaps this, and then we draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. We're going to discard Into the Dark Realms because we can't cast it yet, and then depending on what you want to be doing with this deck right now, either the Nazgul or the Mana Drain. Right now, I'm going to put the Nazgul away. We got 9 others in the deck. Play a land for turn, and then we can hold up Mana Drain. So then we'll Mana Drain someone's it's turn 3, so we'll say a 3 CMC spell. And we'll get 3 colorless on our upkeep. So we got 3 colorless during our main phase here. Arid Mesa. Go grab Badlands. Using the 3 generic mana we have, we'll put out Sauron, and then we're equipped the Shadow Spear to him. And now we have a 8/7 Sauron with Lifelink and Trample. Pretty hype. With a really good ward. And then whenever an opponent casts spell, you get to amass the orcs, and you're already doing this by turn 4. This is pretty fun. So we'll have been amassing some orcs. We'll say 3. Whoops. We'll say we'll have amassed orcs 3. We'll put the Phyrexian Tower down, and now we can use that to make more mana. Sack this for 2 black. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Balrog, baby. That's just fun. Giant life-linking trample Sauron. Turn 5 Balrog. 6, 7. Damn it, I did it again. And then, what's that, Death Cat? What are you going to do next turn? Black Market Connections and Demonic Tutor. We'll have amassed some orcs. We'll Demonic Tutor. And we're gonna go get another big dummy. Because that's the point of the deck. Big dummies, baby. Sauron. And then we'll sack this orc. And we're gonna put out a Nazgul. And the ring will tempt us. Bum, 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 bum. And we'll get to draw and discard because of that. And who needs a deflecting swat? Next turn, draw an extra card, make an extra treasure, make a shapeshifter, sack it to Phyrexian Tower, play a land, extra 2 generic for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sauron, Lord of the Rings, baby. Every turn we be slamming it. Not even a game changer. Deflecting spot, not a game changer. Not a game changer, everybody, not a game changer. So good. Very fun deck. All right, we got 2 more to go. Soul Tifa Lockhart. You requested Tifa Lockhart, baby. And then after this, we've got Spencer. And then Frank, I'm going to be DMing you your deck because I have some questions for you on it. So look out for a DM from me tonight after I get back from therapy. So, what makes a good Tifa Lockhart deck? What makes it more than just, hey, I play a land and I win the game? Nothing. That's exactly what it is. Don't get it twisted. We're here to play lands and smack people. But, caveat. Here's what we really, 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 really want. We need to put +1/+1 counters onto our commander. That is so freaking important. This is why I test these decks. So many people make these decks and don't realize how important +1/+1 counters are. Starting from 1 versus 2 in the doubling process matters a lot. So Bristly Bill, the Scythe Cat or Cub, Scythe Cat Cub, whatever, and then Ride Shopuff. Very important cards in this list. If you see them in your opening hand, snap keep, baby. We also wanted to add the Chocobos because they're fun. So we do have some of the Chocobos with the landfall abilities, and looking at the top of our library, it is extremely important in a deck like this to be able to play lands off the top of our library. Courser of Krufix and Augur of Autumn matter a ton in this list because it's very easy to get flooded with lands because we need a lot of lands in order for this deck to work. So very important to have those. That way you can just play them off the top of your library and get them out of your way so you can get the good stuff. This deck is based around a interesting style of play that I like to call the 1-3. So this whole deck is based around getting a 1 CMC mana anything, and then immediately casting a 3 CMC mana something in the following turn. That is extremely important. I didn't go as hard with this deck as I could have on that property. I could have added the enchantments that do that, but we needed extra lands and I couldn't afford the space. So let's show you what that looks like for a second. This hand, no 1 mana, ship it back. This hand, no 1 mana, ship it back. We can go low and it's okay. This man, no 1 mana, ship it back. This hand has a 1 mana, we keep it. It's time, baby. Forest, exploration, cultivate, and snakeskin are what we're keeping. Put those at the bottom. Draw for turn. Land. Exploration. Land. Boom, boom, baby. Now, we're going to play 2. We're going to play Tifa. Now. So, code. Let's look at something for a moment. When we look at our land count for this, right? And fetching, it thins the deck, right? So whenever we're playing, you said bracket 2, right? Oh! I'm sorry. You said bracket 3. Yeah, 100% we can keep the fetches in. I thought you said bracket 2 in the request for some reason. I was like, I don't know that one, Chief, because fetches would make it really nuts. Okay, good. We're going to keep our fetches in. Let's do that. Good, good, good. That makes this so much better. So much freaking better. Okay. So we'll take 2 seconds. And then we want our dyslexia strikes again. And then something scape. What's it called? Scape shift? Yeah. Now I can add scape shift back to this deck and not feel like a bad person. Cool. There's a couple things I can add in here now. See, there's no game changers. I thought it was bracket 2. I don't know why. Ooh. Oh, buddy. I'm about to put in a couple things. Oh, this is going to be fun. Sadly, that means I'm cutting some of the funnier Chocobo stuff to keep in the important ones. And the scoots. Okay, good. Oh, buddy. This is gonna be fun. I hope I'm not smiling too much right now, because I'm excited. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be funny. Oh, guys, I'm about to show you how nuts this is. Okay, I already had this in mind too. I thought I had to like pull back the power. Oh my gosh. It's not wild growth that I'm thinking of. Is it? Yeah, it is wild growth. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like. And we haven't even added the game changers in yet, mind y'all. Okay. Second 7. This is pretty good. It's not bad. We can keep this hand. not bad. It's okay. Tifa on turn 1. It's okay. This hand's okay. Decisions. Okay. I think we merely just wild growth here and act like we don't have another land. I'm not kidding. Yeah, I think this is what we do. Actually, no, we do play this land. And we enchant the wild growth, and we bestow Spring Heart and Antuku, and give Tifa the +1/+1. Okay. Now we're going to do Geneva suggestion things. So Tifa's a 2/2 right now, right, guys? For 1 mana, exploration. We're going to play a land. Tifa goes up to... we're going to use the counters in the bottom left here to track total power. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to footfalls up to 8. Go to 16. And then we're going to Nissa's Pilgrimage. Smack someone for lethal. And then we also made a bunch of 1/1 insects doing that. We made 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it's that bad. Yeah. That makes us bad. Yeah. Doomsday on a stick. From here, Swiftfoot Boots. And we don't have enough mana to kill someone, or enough lands to kill anyone at the moment. But we can do some damage. So we're still going to do it. We're going to forest, go up to 4, go up to 8, and we'll smack in, deal some damage to somebody still. And then we hope next turn we get like a land drop spell. Yeah, another land. And that's what we kind of run into is stuff like this. And this is what happened to me in testing. You either actually draw one of the important draw cards like Rickshar's Expertise or Harmonize, or you get a Cultivate, or you get a land. And it does kind of come to that. But that's the fun of the deck. That's just kind of what this is. And you really shouldn't want it any other way. But that's also why I said it was so important to get Augur of Autumn or Courser Crufix. That way you can just be playing lands off top of library. It makes it way better. So that's like the more responsible thing to look for in a hand in the end of the day, to make the deck actually work and win the game. So if you want to have fun and knock someone out, you keep the hand I showed. But if you want to win the game, Courser Crufix, Augur of Autumn, or anything that gives +1/+1 counters. Yeah, Tifa's fun. It's a fun list. All right, this one's for Spencer. Gigan Cyberclaw Terror. All I got time for. So, Spencer, you asked for, and I quote, cheating out big sea monsters, kaiju control with all the fun of the black mana having to offer. Let's go, baby. Big Gigan. Yes, Code Extra says crop rotation. Crop rotation is the #1 thing I would add. And then absolutely the One Ring. I would do the One Ring and crop rotation and Seedborn Muse. Those would be the best ones. One Ring, crop rotation, Seedborn Muse. So this is a Gigan list. This is what it's all about. Gigan Cyberclaw. So the idea is they had said Infinite combos are my favorite, and making things indestructible and untargetable is nice. Tutors and infinite turns are cool, and any turn 1 summons or turn 2 combos are a bonus. I understand this card, as commander, may not push to where I want it to at the budget I'm at, and the budget we had was $300. So I'm working with 300 to do infinite combos and make things crazy and indestructible. So this deck is still a deck where we're going to be copying our commander to put more things in our graveyard and do a bunch of really awesome shenanigans. But what you really want to be doing is milling things in your graveyard that we want to get back, like Gorex and Myojin of Cryptic Dreams and Breaker of Armies. What a sick name, by the way. For Tifa, should you prioritize just making her as huge as possible, or should you allocate protection for her? Huge as possible. Huge as possible. Have fun. It's commander. Don't worry about the protection as much. Make her as huge as possible. 1 in 4 games are when you're supposed to win in commander. That's the win rate in commander. That's normal. You might as well just go all out. Work on making sure you can win, not worrying about other people. Yeah, glass cannon. I still added protection in there because it's good. I just didn't prioritize it. I still added Legolas's quick reflexes and overprotect and Ranger's Guile and Snakeskin Veil and Blossoming Defense. I still added them like a respectable amount, but don't over prioritize it. Not worth it. Not worth it. But as you noticed, all those things I just said also pump Tifa, which makes the doubling effect way better. Big reason we do it. So this deck is supposed to bring back big Myojins and other cool things. So the Myojin of Cryptic Dreams states, whenever it enters the battlefield with an indestructible counter on it, if you cast it from hand. In ours, we probably won't be unless we get lucky, but it still puts it out in the field. But the big thing I love putting out in the field are things like Tidespout Tyrant at 8 mana. Whenever you cast a spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Hoarding Broodlord, Demonic Tutor on a stick, and it gets Convoke. Massacre Worm. So you get the gist. Big kaiju crazy monsters was the ask, and I freaking delivered, baby. And of course, I had to enjoy some Razaketh. Come on. This deck works off of also putting things on the top of our library like Cruel Tutor, or with Cruel Tutor, and at the $300 budget level, we were still able to fit cards like that in due to the recent reprint, which is awesome. Outside of that, we're also going to use Saw in Half on cards like Hoarding Broodlord in order to get more value out of them. And then, of course, Starfield Vocalist, which is one of the best new cards for this list. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Super helpful in this list. Of course, Roaming Throne as well. We all know that card by now. So the deck also works off of using Heartless Summoning really well, which makes our creatures cost 2 less to cast, and a lot of our big creatures to, in fact, have a lot of generic mana in their cost, and that helps a ton. So the idea, get Cyberclaw out, and then enjoy. That's it. Until that happens, I included a little bit of a control package to make sure the game goes on in a relaxing way, and enough artifacts to make sure you can still ramp effectively. One of my favorite things to get out early is Ripples of Undeath and Heartless Summoning. And then we've got basically cheap Rhystic Study. You have it allows you to copy someone else's enchantment. Normally you're always going to be copying Rhystic. Oh, KV. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry you're my brain shut off. Your meeting was so long. Gosh dang, that was bad. Oh, I do sadly need to get off for the day. I need to get to therapy, guys. I'll be making sure all of these decks go straight up into the website, as well as I'm going to be working with the website creator, or obviously I'm the creator, but like the person who did the development, to get more things fixed. You guys can rest assured you're getting a update from me tonight. I'm going to be recording a new dev chat, and we're going to be making sure that we have a list of anyone who has not gotten their decks yet, and keep up to date with that. As well as for the next 2 days, I am going to be sending out an insane amount of packages. So get ready. If you haven't gotten your shirt or your cards yet, I am handling all that over the next 2 days. It is defcatmtg.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Be waiting for me. I love y'all. Merry Christmas, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye.